Good day to you. It is I, Galaxy Productions, and I am joined today by the Film Fellas.
Yeah, God, it's been forever.
Yeah, there was a great period in between this one and
The last
the
one.
last one, which was the first one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
God, what was that now? Like 2 years ago?
yeah, almost three in June, July.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. I am joined here by Hasiel, you remember from the last episode,
Hello.
and Zaina, new member.
Good morning.
Good morning. Um, it's even though it's been almost 3 years, that didn't mean we stopped going to the movies. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
We did a double feature. We saw Love Hurts
And Captain
and
America.
Captain
Brave New
America. Yeah, Captain
Yeah.
America: Brave New World. And we have a lot of thoughts. And if you're really excited to hear what we have to say about Captain America: Brave New World, too bad, because we're gonna talk about Love Hurts first.
Yeah.
But you can go to this timestamp. Okay, Love Hurts. I'm now realizing this actually. We went to the movies to see Short Round and Indiana Jones in two different movies.
That's crazy. Holy hell.
Yeah. All right. Well, but yeah, Love Hurts. What'd y'all think?
I think it was a really fun movie. You know, it was definitely a fun film to walk into, especially for Valentine's Day. Yeah, that was 100% worth it. It wasn't like, when I say it's a fun film, I don't know, it's very interesting to explain because the plot is somewhat, it's pretty coherent, but it's not like the best thing ever. But it makes use of what it's supposed to be. It doesn't handle itself like super seriously, and I think that's really befitting of it. It's great. It just makes it better.
Yeah. What'd you think, Zaina?
I like it. It was fun. It's action and romance and everything I could ask for
Yeah.
the most part.
Yeah. So this was it felt like a comic book.
It did.
Really, it was like stepping into this world, kind of being we're it kind of feels like there should be a prequel or a backstory or whatever, but we got none of that.
Right.
And the
A little bit.
what do you
Very
Flashbacks.
little.
well flashbacks. Yeah, we
yeah.
got flashbacks. And boy, Short Round with a mustache. Wow.
Pretty good. I will say
Yeah.
he looked pretty good.
Yeah. So okay, what exactly was this plot?
Ex-assassin leaves. He leaves because he failed to kill someone he was supposed to kill. So he leaves. He starts his own thing. He's pretty successful, and his old life comes back to him. And he's like, "Oh yeah, fight for what you believe in." And then he eventually takes his own advice, and he fights for his lover. He fights to get her back, and he fights to escape the shackles of his brother. So that's a pretty simple plot.
This movie's thesis, which is you can't hide from your past, essentially.
Right.
The whole time while I'm watching this, I'm thinking that there are parts of our lives that kind of come full circle.
Yeah.
And like, is there really hiding in our current world?
Yeah. That's true.
Well, that was a question. I
Oh.
was asking.
This is cool.
Yeah, cool. Whoa,
Whoa.
so true, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. Well, have Zaina start.
No.
You should.
No.
You should go.
No.
What are you hiding?
I need.
What are you
What?
hiding?
No. Gotta think of it first.
Okay, all right.
You want to go first, or should I?
You go.
Okay. Well, I feel like I've been ranting on every time I say something, so I'm gonna make this short. Yeah, it's like it's hard to hide, sometimes because you have all sorts of modern technology, but also not only just that, but people's like emotional states. They aren't stupid, they catch on to things. They can look at clues and things. So even if you're a professional, some things just always come out. So I think it's just best to tell someone about it, before.
Well, yeah, no, it's like one of it was the boss man. What was his name?
Boss man.
Knuckles, Mr. Knuckles.
Nuh-uh.
No?
No. Marvin's boss.
Marvin's. Oh, Cliff.
Cliff. Yeah. He says you can't change a man who doesn't want to be changed.
Right.
And like that, okay, there are more profound lines out there, but I think that really does speak volumes.
Oh, 100%.
And it's like we have to not necessarily be defined by our past, but sort of molded and guided by it,
Right.
or
Just
in spite of it.
take it how you will and do your best to move on, accept your mistakes, atone for them as best you can, and just be the best person you can be in the now.
Yeah. And actually, to your point, honestly, it was like this movie could have taken place at any time during the year. It didn't have to be a Valentine's Day movie, but it was.
Right.
And there's so much change surrounding love and stuff like that. Like being in relationships, you go from one place to another. You've got people that were in your life that are no longer in your life. Whatever the case may be, you learn from the wounds, and you can't exactly hide from them. I don't know. It's convoluted, and maybe we're making it deeper than it actually is. But it's fun to think about.
Yeah. No, I agree. What do you have to say?
Oh gosh.
There's a podcast saying that.
I don't know what to say to that.
It
Literally
could be simple.
anything.
Doesn't
Keep
matter.
it pushing. Keep it pushing.
Gotta keep them popping out. I mean, I think to your point, I'm gonna say two reasons why I think this was a Valentine's Day film. Because you have, I mean, marketing reasons, obviously, right?
Yeah.
They didn't just blatant, hey guys, this would be cool Valentine's Day movies. But on a deeper level that I'm probably thinking too much of, you have like people outwardly showing that they love, what was his name again? I forgot the main character's name. Marvin. Despite his past, like, you have Cliff who like realizes that his, I don't want to say his employer did some shit, when he was like younger, and he's still willing to accept that, hey, people can change. I think second chances are willing to be given, and that's something I'm willing to give, right? And he's accepted the fact that he's changed, and that applies that like when people change for the better, you still learn to love him. You learn to learn that they made mistakes and stuff. That also applies with I don't know, I forgot her name. Rose, with Rose as well. With hers, like, when she's like, I think he's great, but yeah, he's hiding from his past, and I think he needs to accept that, because I still love him, despite everything he's done. He's helped me, he's a good person.
Yeah.
And I'd say that even applies for the main villain, because he didn't outwardly hate Knuckles. He wasn't like, I hate you. He was just like, yeah, you don't love me. You're not accepting me for like who I want to be.
Yeah.
And what I want to do, and clearly if you love me, you would let me move on. And so, yeah, I think that's another reason.
Yeah. And to sort of piggyback off that, I love how Kihoi Kwan is like such a happy-go-lucky like guy. He's just so happy.
He's just so energetic.
Like, I love how he can be in the middle of like a high-tense, high-stakes action fight scene, but also still be a realtor.
Right.
Be like, don't worry, I can have my friends patch this up.
Yeah, no, that was really fun. The comedy was great. It really landed in this movie.
And the stunts.
Oh yeah, the choreography was wonderful. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's such a good job.
It was delicious.
It was delicious.
It was delicious.
It was fun. It was corny. It was real cheesy.
I'd say it was campy.
Yeah. It's all the C words.
Right, yeah. It's again, it's a movie that doesn't take itself seriously. It doesn't try to be like, all right guys, this is James Bond, but with I don't know, give me an example of like a love, like a romance, like a serious romance kind of movie.
Casablanca.
Yeah, like it's like yeah, this is what'd you say?
The Notebook.
The Notebook. Yeah, it's like, or yeah, I don't know, like they're not like, all right guys, we're gonna mix James Bond with like Casablanca, But yeah, no, they didn't take themselves seriously. That's what made a lot of the movie fun.
Yeah.
I think another cool thing about the film was that it was like, like heading more on the track of love, but not really focusing too much on, I guess, like Valentine's is like, if you want to be a lover, you gotta be a fighter. You gotta
Interesting.
like no, because like outwardly in the film, he's like, oh, you gotta push for what you dream for. I'm paraphrasing here, and at some point in the film, he's like, I gotta take my own advice. Like he literally says that to himself, and he walks out. So it's also really cool because it's like if you love something, you gotta be willing to fight for it. You can't just leave it behind, and that was made fairly obvious in the movie as well when he left. So that was really cool. I think that's another reason they also hopped on the back of Valentine's, just to go around the whole love thing.
Yeah, that left an impression on me, man.
I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah, like
Where'd that come from?
just dropping the coldest. Like, damn.
Am I wrong?
No,
Yeah, you got it.
So right.
Yeah, like if you love something, you got to be willing to fight for it.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
Yeah. Zaina has like a very cool, like you have a quote
I have a quote.
that ties very closely.
I do.
Yes, you do. You say it all the time.
I do.
Yeah.
Take life and kiss it on the mouth.
Yeah, that's it.
right.
That's it.
I
Take
love
life and
that.
kiss it on the mouth.
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
you should just go around taking people by the face.
Yes, totally.
Maybe that's why they called it Love Hurts, because
Yeah.
you gotta fight for what you love, so it can hurt.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. We meet this character at a new turning point in his new life.
Right.
Right. Not aware of his checkered past,
Mm-hmm.
or the beginning or the end of that saga. We're now. He's like, yeah, things are going great because I turned my life around.
Right.
I love my new life because the old life fucking sucked.
Right.
And he did things that he wasn't proud of. He burned bridges. He wanted out, and the entire movie, which is an interesting take on the hero's journey, where it's this constant call to come back, to be this big macho mafia man that he left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And he never really does that. I mean, sure, he kind of embraces it at the end, but he doesn't go back to it. He
Right.
stops hiding.
Yeah.
He stops hiding who he was, continues to be who he is, and I don't know, whatever the sequel entails, if there's going to be one.
I hope so.
Right.
Yeah.
But what would it be about?
It's gonna be a sequel on that one guy and his wife.
The side character. Okay.
The side characters
We
are
gotta
so
talk about the
good.
side characters.
I love them.
Okay, yeah. What are their names? What are the names?
Ashley and
Yes.
and
Oh, yeah,
what's
Ashley.
the Raven.
The Raven.
Rennie, and King.
Rennie and King.
Oh,
Yes.
Which
the-
one's which though?
Rennie was the guy with the wife.
Oh, Rennie was the guy with the wife,
Yeah.
and King was the
Was
the
the
homie.
Is the homie.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are the bad guys, and we care about the bad guys. Like,
Right.
They were about to die / get arrested, and like, homie's getting the homie hookup.
Yeah.
I loved it.
No, it was just there was never a dull moment in that film
Yeah.
for like the best. It wasn't overwhelming, but it wasn't like underwhelming. They hit the sweet spot, and the characters were great to watch. All of them. Honestly, I was a little annoyed with Ashley in the beginning, but I like how she turned out. She was really funny.
Well, how are you annoyed with her?
Oh, it was like the negative attitude,
Oh.
like at just the beginning, and then she found someone. It's like
Yeah.
so it was pretty cool.
She just had depression.
She didn't accept his cookie. It made me mad.
Oh.
I would take one of Marvin's cookies.
I think there's a good amount of romance, and it wasn't meant to be a romance movie. It's just an action adventure movie.
Mhm.
So I think it's cool that everyone was happy in the end for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those who survived.
that's true.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
and weren't taken to jail.
Yeah.
I do think the Raven and Ashley were definitely.
Oh, they
weird.
were so cute.
That was weird, but it was
Yeah.
cute.
It was cute.
Yeah, I love the like the poetry aspect.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Yeah, you were over there swooning.
I was swooning. It was so cute.
It really was. It was. I love how she's just so sad and she just finds his poetry and she connects with it. She's like, I forgot what he said, but he was like, I've never felt this or that, and she like kind of replied to that. I'm like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Are you guys like into poetry at all?
Not personally, but there's some
be.
really yeah, I could be.
Hell yeah.
There's some really good lines out there. Like I've seen like my friends post like, oh, I don't need a guy who does this. Like I need a guy who does this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like like someone made like it was a poet who said something about the sun or something like that. You are my son. I don't remember exactly, but I'm like, damn, like Jesus. Someone came up to me with that, I'd be swooning. My knees would be buckling.
I really liked. This is a small part of it, but like when they've got like subtitles for languages that filmmakers know the audience doesn't speak.
Yeah.
And we also saw this with Captain America, and how boring it was.
Right.
Because you just expect to pop up and you're like, oh yeah, I can read. But like this one, it like slid into action.
Yeah, it slid in. It was like it was nice the way it slid in. It was like really nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like this movie definitely felt like a comic book experience. Mm-hmm. Like with the dialogue, the action, the framing. It felt very similar to some other action movies, but I definitely think it has its own voice in there.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the romance is what really separates this from the normal action films.
Yeah.
Of like it being like, oh yeah, I gotta take down my brother and do this and do that. It just throws in a soft side in it. It's really nice to see. I mean, even besides having the actor for Short Round as Marvin, who's just a really sweet guy. Yeah. It makes it like just so much better emotionally. It's a really fun film.
Yeah. But are there any other thoughts on Love Hurts, other than the fact that it's true?
Yeah.
Okay, so right. Yeah, I think we covered everything for Love Hurts.
So Captain America: Brave New World.
Don't ask me.
I'll ask you.
Don't ask me.
I have to ask you now.
You're part of the podcast.
Halfway through.
Okay, yeah. So the movie was boring. What was the? Okay, I'm curious. What was the last bit that you?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what people's consensus on this film is. Because I went on Instagram. I went to the comments and a good amount of them were like, oh, this movie's overhated, which, yeah, it probably is overhated. It's not bad, but it's not great.
The thing about this movie, I didn't think it was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be good, but I went to go see it for one reason and one reason only.
Harrison Ford.
I love Harrison Ford.
I don't think anyone heard that.
I love Harrison Ford.
There it is.
There, yeah.
Yeah, it was... But that was the only reason. But okay, all right. Kind of circling back to the plot. There is a good. I said this last year. There's a good movie in there somewhere.
Oh, there 100% is.
But there's a lot holding this movie back.
Mm-hmm.
Number one reason, this isn't a Captain America movie. It's a Hulk movie. And so Zaina and I, we were doing a MCU rewatch. We started with Iron Man and. The last movie we watched was Iron Man 3.
Yes.
We're skipping Thor, The Dark World, and we have to watch Captain America and the Winter Soldier. But yeah, so after we watched Iron Man, the next movie is chronologically, or not chronologically, in release order is Hulk. And I said, let's skip Hulk, because I don't like that movie.
Mistake.
It was a mistake.
Yeah.
Mistake.
They brought in so many elements.
So many elements from so many things that so many people didn't see. Like things from Hulk, things from Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Like, I'm sure there are some people out there that saw this movie in theaters and went, wait, Sam Wilson's Captain America now?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think the only thing that really processes that is Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. And like I remember you were asking me about a pretty crucial character, Isaiah Bradley.
Bradley, yeah.
And you were like, who's this guy?
Because I genuinely forgot. Like I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, and to be fair to the movie makers, that was a while back. That was like a fat minute back, but still, like, yeah, they brought so many people in. I forgot about the leader. Only reason I vaguely remembered him was because I just vaguely remember like his fucking bulbous head growing in Hulk, you know.
Yeah.
And just because they said he had Hulk blood infused them, and that's the only reason I somewhat remembered him. I still struggled. Like, yeah, no, you told me that like, yeah, they bought stuff in like from 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Like this guy. Actually, yeah, it's more than 10. We're coming like it's like 17 years ago. But yeah, no, this movie. Okay, yeah, like so there are so many things. Eternals, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Hulk. I don't even know. It's like other aspects of this.
I genuinely think that's it. It's just Eternals.
But yeah, those are the big three, and probably some other stuff. That people probably didn't see. Because they had to do a lot of exposition to be like, oh yeah, remember this thing? Yes. Do you remember this part? Yes. And I remember watching Falcon and Winter Soldier and the themes of that, and like Sam Wilson not really being ready to be Captain America, not feeling ready to be Captain America, and then becoming Captain America. This movie kind of does the same thing.
Yeah.
He's
Didn't
like,
the show cover it?
Yeah, there's a lot of rehashing, because there were some important things, that mattered to the plot, but I think were kind of undercut by other stupid things.
Well, I mean, I don't. It's really tricky to say because, like, I watched just real quick recap on Falcon and Winter Soldier, the show. I remember when I watched it. Yeah, my only problem was really the villains. Other than that, I think it was I don't know. I gotta watch it again, so I can't say if it was good or bad, but it wasn't like really bad. I think the villains were my main problem with it. I like the John Walker shit. That was pretty cool. Because obviously, they were trying to make him be the next Cap, but he really wasn't. And it still wasn't trying to set it up in the MCU. It was clear that he was corrupt from the beginning. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like this film, I don't know. I think it was more. It's interesting because now that I think about it, I think people have now clearly accepted him as Cap, right? Because no. The thing is, you go around and you looking back at it, just think about it. There's a lot of glazing for this new Captain America.
Yeah,
like they're glazing him, like he's at a bar. He's like, it's on the house, Cap. He's walking back. He's going to the restroom or something.
You mean
hey,
in
Cap.
universe?
Yeah, no, in universe.
Okay.
No, in universe.
Okay.
So it's clear that they've accepted him as Cap. I think really what they're trying to do is mostly him trying to come with the terms that he might not be as powerful as the original Captain America, but he can still do his own thing,
Yeah.
and be his own Captain America in his own different way. So I think, yeah, it's been clear that they've accepted him as Cap and people see him as Cap now. But I think the Anthony Mackie stuff with Captain America himself was fine. I don't know. It's just my a lot of problems for me was the in-universe politics of it. You know,
and we'll definitely dive into that in a second. But we'll take this opportunity to talk about Anthony Mackie as Captain America. Does he? All right, Zena has thoughts.
That is one fine man. I'm sorry. He took his shirt off for a second.
And that's all it took.
Oh,
Zena pulled out his credit card. Credit card went out.
Where'd you get that? Aside from a
shirtless Anthony Mackie.
Aside from that, did he sell you guys on him being Captain America?
Cool, I guess. I don't know. He's just the Falcon to me in red, white, and blue.
Okay. Dang. All right. Unpack that.
He just is. Because when I think about Captain America, I think about Steve Rogers. May he rest in his old days.
Old man.
Old man Steve Rogers.
Yeah. Yeah. Captain America. Yeah, I think a lot of people, most people would agree that Steve Rogers is Captain America.
Yes.
Right.
And I also think, and we'll talk about this a little later. Falcon gets a replacement.
Oh right, yeah, Falcon. That's a replacement,
So
which is weird.
Everybody just kind of moved up one.
Right, yeah. So the ladder went up. The old guy just jumped off from the top, and then all right.
Yeah, but I looked into this a little bit earlier today. But there's a controversy about things Anthony Mackie has said about.
Oh yeah,
being Captain America.
Yeah, I know there was some tweet he said, and everyone had a problem with that. Or I think it was on Instagram actually, but anyway. Yeah.
It was the fact he said that Captain America doesn't exactly have to stand for America.
It's in the name.
It's in the name.
It's in the name.
Captain America stands for these set ideologies, but that doesn't necessarily have to mean America. And I know people took that into very different areas.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, okay, Zaina, you started saying that's but America's
It's
in the
in
name.
the name.
Yeah.
What are you, Captain Spain?
Captain Spain.
I don't know.
He's
Yeah.
the Red Guardian.
The Red Guardian.
He's the red, white, and blue Guardian.
Red, white, and blue.
Well, like Captain America,
Captain Spangles.
Captain Spangles.
Captain Spangles. I mean, like on his chest, like he's not wearing an American flag.
But it's pretty damn close.
He's wearing a Puerto Rican flag.
You're right. Captain Puerto Rico.
Captain Puerto Rico. But no, he represents American ideology.
Yeah.
Not necessarily American practices.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. I think that's a good way to put it. I think actually, sorry, Anthony Mackie put it in a pretty good way. He still stands up for America, obviously, but he does his best to bring those ideologies to other like people of the world who don't have that proper representation and luxury like we do.
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting that we're like there's an up and coming generation where their Captain America on screen is black. You know, we like when going from you've got Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, I already said Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man. You've got all of Black Widow, all of these characters that are they're just a bunch of white people.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you've got like you look a little hard in there. You got Black Panther, and then you've got you got Black Panther.
You got Black Panther. I mean, I don't
Black
know.
Panther.
It's
But-
just.
But like America's like Star Spangled Man with a Plan is a black guy. I think that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think the reason it's so hard for people to accept like new upcoming heroes, it's not because of race, it's because of legacy.
Yeah.
Like they've just left such a huge legacy behind, you know. And over time, we're definitely gonna get people loving Anthony Mackie. I think he's pretty good, you know. I think, like you know, with good writing, he'll be a great Captain America, you know.
And honestly, I feel like that's another aspect is that I feel like there were some really cool, interesting themes to explore here. Like one of Thaddeus Ross's lines is "You are not Steve Rogers." And
yeah, they built more up that in the trailer.
they built that up in the trailer, but like went nowhere with the movie.
Yeah, didn't he? I don't even remember if he said I'm not in the actual.
Yeah,
movie.
he doesn't in the actual.
Yeah,
movie.
no, because I think in the trailer he says you're right, I'm not, but in the movie he's just like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, hey man,
I don't know.
That's
It's
a little
me.
hurtful.
Yeah.
you hurt my American feelings.
American feeling.
my stars, my stripes. You hurt
My spangles.
my spangles.
No, but it's so weird. I don't know.
But yeah, like
Yeah, I thought they were
him not being Steve Rogers means something, and I feel like this movie should have told us what that meant.
right.
Like you know, again, I think you can let me know if you agree with this. My definitive Captain America, in spite of everything I just said, will be Steve Rogers because he is quite literally a perfect character.
All right, I agree. I love Anthony Mackie, but just
Well, no, we're not talking about actors.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like in general, like Falcon as a character,
Yeah.
he's cool, right? But like, yeah, like no, Steve Rogers is just. I've just seen him so much. I've consumed so much media with him. It's just.
Yeah.
That's what I see as Cap. You know.
Yeah, he's quite literally a perfect character, and like I think to now have a character who was not Steve Rogers be put up in a Steve Rogers position is an interesting concept, and we should run with that, but not shit the bed with it, because like he's supposed to he's not Steve Rogers, right? That's
the whole thing,
right? But also, he's not a super soldier,
right?
He's not a super soldier. He's a, I mean, he grew up with a fish farm of some sort in Louisiana on the bayou.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember when he went fishing with his family and he brought Bucky along for the ride.
Yeah, and you know he was given the Captain America title by Captain America,
right.
And he said no, thank you, but then embraced it because it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of insecurity.
Ooh, speaking of embracing titles, I'm going to bring something up after you're done with your point.
Okay. There's a lot of insecurity about him being Captain America, and a lot of people saying, "You got it, dude." Like Bucky has he comes in and tells him like you're not Steve Rogers, and that's kind of the point.
Right.
Of course it was undercut by stupid jokes.
Yeah. Honestly, outside of that joke, it was a pretty good speech.
Yeah, but like, I hate this
Yeah,
we love the jokes,
but that was not a good placement.
Yeah, the jokes in this movie I could have done without all of them.
Yeah, no, the comedy didn't exactly.
They were jokes.
They were real.
Yeah, but no, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, two things, and this one, oh boy, this one got you sighing in the theater a lot.
Okay.
But one, I think the reason people find it really hard to just accept new upcoming characters is because we've barely had any screen time with them. Think about it. So you have Ironheart in Wakanda Forever, who barely just popped up. She's just some genius, you know. She never spent time with Tony. He never trained her. She was literally just quite thrown in there. You have, I mean, with Shuri it makes sense, but you never really had her having any like Black Panther training, you know. So she was like doing her own thing. So that one kind of fell out of nowhere. But it still wasn't the worst because they did it in the comics. It makes sense. We've still known Shuri as a character since the first Black Panther film. Yeah, I'm kind of worried with and for example, with Miles Morales is one of the only definitive characters I can think of that I 100% like Spider-Man, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't Arachna Kid or whatever.
Ew.
That's Spider-Man. That's such a dumb name. It's, to me, that's Spider-Man, you know? And they handled it so well. Like in the comics, movies, so I'm kind of worried how they're gonna do that for live action. How that's gonna be a thing. Cause it's probably not, I feel like it's probably not gonna be handled well. But one more thing. It's not about it's not kind of about mantles, but it's not about characters. A certain character. The rebuilding of the Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how that's gonna go. They're definitely gonna do the Young Avengers for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was again, there are so many parts of this movie that just don't fit.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, before we get to the dumb political stuff, let's talk about Joaquin. The new Falcon.
He was glazing the hell out of Ant-Man.
I
He loved Ant-Man.
I don't like this character at all.
We know.
He
Duly noted.
he's he's so annoying. He has no respect for anybody. He's cocky. He's annoying. He's myself. I just I don't like him. No, and then like, oh man, I also don't like the fact that Falcon gets
a Falcon replacement.
Yeah, like you can't be Falcon and Captain America,
right?
And then also have Falcon Jr.
Right.
Like
Falcon Jr. I don't know. It's super interesting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Falcon getting a replacement. That was super sudden. I was just like, That felt out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then has the audacity to ask for the homie hookup with the Wakandans.
Wakandans?
The
You mind
homie
hooking me up
hookup.
with the Wakandans?
No, you don't get to ask about that.
Oh.
But yeah, back to the dumb political stuff.
I don't even know, because honestly, if you think about it, the only political tension in this film was the adamantium shit.
Yeah.
Everything else was basically just the leader being like, I want to fuck up my different Thaddeus Ross's life. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and again, also the reveal of this guy is that he's supposed to be like super intelligent, but like
He feels like a normal guy. He feels like he's smart, but he doesn't.
But like everybody kind of gets the jump on him.
Right.
Everybody, even Thaddeus Ross, who is like taking like, these pills, that are supposed to turn him evil into the Red Hulk, like
Red Hulk.
like small amounts of gamma radiation. Thaddeus Ross does a pretty good job of like keeping it together until the very last bit of the movie.
Right, pretty much. Only thing that was somewhat interesting was Sidewinder. And even that, Sidewinder. Yeah, there you go.
The assassin guy.
Yeah.
Which one?
The first one in
Breaking
the church.
Bad.
Oh yeah.
Gustavo Fring.
Gotcha.
Chicken Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only thing that I found decently interesting, and they didn't use him. I thought they built him up so much. I thought he was gonna be like this major guy. this major guy that was in it for the whole ride, but he was just in it for like three arcs. You know, like the beginning, the literal beginning of the film, the part where he fights him, where Cap gets stabbed and takes it like a tank.
And then takes his shirt off.
Right, and then takes his shirt
Woo!
off. And then towards the end, where he's like, my buyer won't tell you anything, you know, or whatever. And then we got kind of revealed. Well, not the end, but like, yeah, you have all that. It's, yeah, and then after that, he's just gone, you know?
He's dead.
Yeah, like one of the original, like one of the, not original, I'm sure he's in the comics. One of the people who are like, who just have the potential to be someone new is kind of just sidelined. You know, and it sucks. They could have done something cool with him, and he's just kind of okay. He's there now. Like again, I fully expected him to be.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything to say?
Nope. I'm enjoying this. I'm learning so much, guys.
Okay. I just don't want you to feel like you're not included in the
Right.
conversation.
I went into this movie blind. I don't know nothing.
You were sleeping. You,
Well,
you walked out and you slept.
Yeah. Tell me what that experience is like to like not to you pretty much we're doing a whole MCU rewatch. Well, it's a rewatch for me. It's a watch for you. You know nothing. You also go into this movie, fall asleep because it wasn't as interesting as the first movie, and then you wake up and then shirtless Anthony Mackie. And
Woo!
like, yeah. What's
that.
that like to be missing so many pieces of the puzzle?
Well, I knew some stuff. I knew the stuff about Harrison Ford's character being in the Hulk movie, I think.
Yeah.
I knew about the Falcon. I'm calling him the Falcon. That's not Captain America. The Falcon. I knew about him being Captain America.
Saying that in quotes, but
I think that was it. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
And that was the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like even going in blind, just was it somewhat interesting? Did the plot captivate your attention?
The Red Hulk parts did.
Anything else?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like honestly, like with the Red Hulk stuff, I thought that was like halfway through the movie.
Yeah, no, like half. No, that was like 3/4 in.
That was the end.
That was the end. Yeah, like
Yeah.
3/4 to 4/4.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like yeah, like did you fall asleep like watching Iron Man or anything?
Did I?
No.
No,
You
I
fell
didn't.
asleep as we were watching
Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2. You fell asleep during Iron Man 2.
Yes, for sure I did.
Also, to be fair, you are a very sleepy person.
I
But she was
am.
awake for Thor.
Oh,
Oh,
hell
of
yeah,
course
She was awake.
100% awake.
Yeah, I
She
was.
needs them big ol' himbo titties in her.
Yeah. Talking about Chris
Hemsworth.
Not Hemsworth. You got the wrong guy.
Hemsworth.
She loved his hams.
Yeah.
Another.
Another.
He can call you like Mjolnir.
Whoa.
Oh.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, no, yeah, the Red Hulk's parts were the best parts.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Violence.
Now that we're on to the most interesting part of this movie, let me take this opportunity to say that Harrison Ford is.
He loves Harrison.
Yeah, he's an absolute legend. Yeah, but yeah, so Harrison Ford, I have a weird obsession with Indiana Jones.
Weird.
Or
He whipped me in the nipple.
yeah, and I do it again too.
Whoa.
But only if you say please.
Hey, we're cutting that out.
Are we?
Oh.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll cut that out. So seeing Harrison Ford, I will watch this man in anything.
Yeah, oh, he will.
Like, yeah, like, again, the only reason I went to go see this movie, and him being Thaddeus Ross after the tragic passing of William Hurt.
William
Yeah.
Hurt?
William Hurt.
Like
Hurt.
Hurt. Okay. I
Yeah.
heard
Like
Hurt.
love hurt.
Yeah, so, yes, so Thaddeus Ross was originally William Hurt, and then Harrison Ford took over.
Right.
And that was a great choice, because Harrison Ford really brings his all into this performance, and I think that it's a very different take on the Thaddeus Ross character that we've seen.
Right.
Not that William Hurt couldn't deliver that. I'm sure he could.
Yeah.
But it was just the fact that there was so much more emotional depth. I really felt something, and I can't say that like in we'll get to Civil War, Zaina, but
Okay.
in Civil War he's like you guys gotta stop, doing all these things on your own. You gotta work for the government.
Right.
And I'm like,
Oh, and that's when they start choosing sides.
Yeah.
but no, this guy, he really, you feel something when he's like holding this new alter ego at bay, and you feel that.
Yeah.
Like, it was honestly really, really beautiful.
Yeah. I think it would have been like really cool to see William Hurt,
Yes.
the Hurt as well, do it, because like every time he was on screen, he was this mean, cold, calculating character, right? That was more worried about, I guess, the safety of others without showing it, even if he was very weird at handling it. And yeah, I would have loved to see him be like Hulk, because Red Hulk, and not only just that, but like also just deliver on the more emotional side, because this was like the most emotional we've seen of Ross, of Thaddeus Ross. We have him actually trying to be a decently nice guy instead of some half-assed prick.
Yeah. Well, okay, he's still a half-assed prick.
No, I know for sure.
Because he's the president.
He's the president. He's the president. But
he's still just as cold and calculated.
Right.
But you see him trying to do better because he was gonna die. He was taking the pills because he was gonna die.
Wait. That's what they were for?
Oh yeah, that's right. You fell asleep. So Harrison Ford is taking the pills because
he gonna die.
His heart was failing for some reason.
Yeah.
And the only guy that could figure it out was the guy, the villain guy with the big brain.
Right.
Right. And they put Gamma in his thing.
So was he still gonna die since he stopped taking them?
Hard to say.
I think they're giving him treatment now, but I don't know. I think they're gonna take away Red Hulk because they're like, the way Mackie phrased it, it made it feel like they were gonna take away, like they were trying to cure him. I think they were.
Yeah.
How you do that?
Well, it's also strange because I think Harrison Ford is retiring.
Yeah.
That's still up in the air. I haven't really been able to find a trustworthy source on that one.
That's my biggest problem with Marvel films. It's just one-off villains of great characters. Again,
but they're gonna bring back Big Brain over here.
I know. Like, you killed off Mysterio. I love Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio.
Yeah.
He did such a good job, and he's just dead. This is one of the most. How are we gonna? We're like the closest we've gotten to the Sinister Six and The Sinister Six. The closest we've gotten to the Sinister Six and Spider-Man.
That's what we had for dinner.
Was God. Was No Way Home, and I'm not gonna get into details because Zaina here hasn't watched it yet.
I have seen parts and bits and pieces.
We'll do our own episode on the Spider-Man.
Yeah, we have a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
Gotta
But,
start with Tobey Maguire.
So yeah, again, that's what sucks. A lot of villains are one-offs, so we're not getting stuff again.
I guess this brings up a very important question, and this is a question that I feel like a lot of people are talking about right now, and have been talking about for well, ever since Endgame. Is the MCU dead?
Yeah.
Damn.
Partially.
Yes.
There's some good stuff.
Yeah, it's really weird because right now we're in a phase where we are getting some. Well, it's weird. I don't know. We were, and we might be getting some really good projects. Like, holy shit, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is cooking.
We're talking about.
Oh
that,
my god,
we're gonna talk about that.
We have to do a podcast on that. They're doing so good on that right now. Yeah. I'm like, I watched it. It's not even just like as a Spider-Man. Like, I think it's a really fun character. It's a really fun show. Characters are grounded. The villains are great. Takes a lot from the comics. Really cool. Anyway, but yeah, we're getting some really good projects, and I'm personally looking forward to the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Like, the trailer looks pretty cool. Again, casting for me, not my favorite, but I know acting wise they can nail it. They can do a good job.
Yeah.
So I'm not really worried about acting.
Yeah.
But we'll see how the writing is.
Sure.
Hopefully it's good.
Oh, I was also expecting more.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
You're fine. I was expecting more build up for Thunderbolts.
I want to see
yeah.
that.
That looks like,
yeah.
That looks like a fun film.
It looks like it's gonna. It's like Marvel Suicide Squad.
Yeah, no, actually it does. Yeah, like it looks really cool.
I don't have a universe.
Like Black Widow, like the movie. I think it was fine. It was overhated, not great, but
we'll talk about it.
But yeah, no, because I bring that up because Red Guardian's in it. Yeah. He looks like he's a really fun character.
And Yelena.
Yeah, Yelena as well. Yeah, Yelena. I think they've done really good stuff with Yelena so far. They did really good stuff with her in Hawkeye. I really like Hawkeye. That was a good show, actually. Yeah. Like going really quick back to the Mantles. That's one character I'm actually really liking. Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
She's a really fun character. It doesn't feel like, I don't know, it's very weird, but I like how they handled her. They handled her really well. But yeah, like going back to the MCU being dead, again, like you have like Hawkeye being pretty good, which was all back. Moon Knight. Honestly, actually a good chunk of the shows were pretty good. It's just the release dates, the way they released them, and it was such a wide gap, made it feel like it wasn't. Yeah. It made us feel like we were getting more bad than good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got some pretty good chunks of good stuff. The shows are like, it's either hit or miss for a lot of them. The movies have been missing pretty consistently, except for like a solid few. Yeah. I still like No Way Home, but I will admit that there's a lot of plot holes.
Well, I think there are a lot of plot holes in all of the movies.
Right.
Like there's not an airtight Marvel movie, period.
Right. Which is fair. Like, yeah, we were literally talking about Endgame with Cap Shield. That's a whole thing we were on about. We
were at a bus stop and we were like just going back and forth for a solid 30 minutes, just like where did he get the shield?
Right. Like,
sorry. Quick thing is that there are these there's this trim in the middle of Captain America's shield. I think I'll put up a picture to show what I'm talking about. It looks like it's there's a piece that can come off, and I was expecting it to do something in this movie because it's a weird design choice, and I'm not really here for it, but I would be here for it if it had a purpose. Right, what if the little star comes up and
this is like an extra,
like a drone or something,
stabby thing.
Yeah, or like a fucking spring.
Surprise attack.
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah, I feel like that would be cool, but again, we get nothing.
You get nothing.
So, but yeah. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, yeah, I was just gonna say every Marvel movie has plot points. Again, that was an Endgame. We were talking about this from Endgame, not about Captain America, Brave New World. We were talking about this in Endgame.
Yeah.
Like one of the most known Marvel films. Yeah. So yeah, nothing's airtight, obviously.
Where did this move? Well, yeah, where did Shield come from?
But yeah, so Marvel's in a really weird state right now because looking back at it, they've actually released some good stuff. I think we've actually gotten some more good than bad, but the problem is it's the projects that they've been good. It's the shows. Yeah, a good chunk of them, and even then, there's still a good amount of bad stuff. Speaking of shows, we need to watch Agatha All Along. I've heard that's really good.
Oh yeah,
Division.
I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, me neither.
Or what was? Oh, this is definitely a forgetful one. What was the? What was the one that came out like? I don't even remember.
WandaVision?
Damn, you good?
Yeah.
And both popping.
No.
What if?
Nick Fury.
Oh,
Fury.
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
I know so many people were hyped for that, and then it just.
I saw maybe 10 minutes of the first episode and was like, this ain't it.
Yeah. I'm genuinely so curious as to what people think of not Captain Hell, Miss Marvel as the show itself.
Yeah,
I watched it.
I haven't seen that.
I personally enjoyed it. It wasn't like the best thing ever, but it was enjoyable. I think it was a fun little thing. I know people find Kamala Khan annoying. To be fair, new heroes can always be really annoying.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them go off the Spider-Man formula of being quippy and like witty banter and all that.
I think that's why Joaquin is not a fun character.
Yeah, it's like the witty banter. He's just like way
Like
too...
just
Yeah, it feels like so many of them are just going off of Deadpool and Spider-Man now.
yeah, Deadpool and Spider and like yeah. I applaud
And Iron Man maybe too. But
yeah, okay. Especially I think there's a lot of that's kind of like Captain Marvel's whole thing. I saw like a video essay. I forget who did it. But he talked about like why Iron Man works and Captain Marvel doesn't.
right.
Where they can like essentially do the same thing. But like but it's not the same thing.
Right.
She's just bad at it. She's just an asshole, and Tony grows from being an asshole
Right.
to being a slightly less asshole.
I think the closest thing we got to that
He's
was
a funny asshole.
that he is. And even then is that one guy says, because Tony learns from his mistakes. I love that guy.
Yeah.
The closest thing I think we got to character development for Captain Marvel, which I think was pretty was okay, it was good, was The Marvels. Which overhated film. I watched it. Not the best, but it wasn't like bad. It's just you know. But I think that's one of the only things where we've probably gotten some halfway decent like Captain Marvel growth as a character.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember a lot of it.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you did.
I
The
did.
Marvels, we watched it.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got an X-Men teaser out of that too. I forgot.
Did we?
Yeah, we
Yes.
got Beast. That was like end credit scene.
We watched that.
We got Beast. Like that was the first thing X-Men we've seen.
In the dorm room.
Yes, we did.
Damn,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch this movie again. Don't remember it.
That's okay.
But yeah, no, it's so tricky. If the MCU answering if the MCU is dead is so tricky.
I know that they're bringing RDJ back for Doctor Doom.
Personally, not a fan of it.
No, I honestly feel like Mads Mikkelsen would have been a great Doctor.
Search him up. I don't think I've seen this guy.
Yes, you have.
Maybe
he was the main villain in Doctor Strange.
Oh, ooh, him. He would have been good actually. Honestly, I say this. Oh, he would have been great. I agree. You know what? That would have been great.
Yeah.
Honestly, one thing I've been saying, but that's because I've seen a lot of Doom, like bulky Dooms.
Mhm.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger would have like the perfect like build for Doom. Like
Okay.
face, maybe. I think again, younger. I know I was talking to my friend about this. I was like, if he had less of an accent, you know, like if they toned it down, I think he could work as a Doom. But even then, that's you know. I agree.
You wouldn't want Mr. Freeze being Doctor Doom.
Right. Oh my god, I forgot it was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
But
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
the foolish four. I don't know. But imagine hearing Doom say, "Get to the chopper." No, but no, because you know he's what is he? I forgot his country's name. Latveria. He's Latvian, you know, so he's like, you know, he's definitely from like another region, even if it's made up, you know, so it makes sense to have someone with somewhat of an accent. But yeah, he's Latvian. I think it's like European of sorts.
Romani.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think RDJ is the fit for this.
No. It feels a little desperate.
Oh, 100%. Like, listen, I love RDJ. I think they can do a good job, but no, yeah, he's not a good fit, in my opinion. And I don't want some half-assed, the Iron Man storyline, because I know there's an Iron Man storyline where he turns into Doom or something.
Yeah.
Just give me Dr. Doom.
Alrighty. Well, on that note, alright, So we saw two movies. Which one did? Oh wait, I wanted to talk about the editing.
Editing,
Both.
yeah.
And
So
the politics.
I think we did
talked
politics.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not listening.
yeah, you're like half asleep at this point.
Never that.
Fully asleep during the movie.
Right.
We watched the editing. I love how the editing, the choreography has a nice mix in Love Hurts.
It's such an expressive style.
I can tell what's happening. It looks like a comic book. It feels awesome. I couldn't tell what was happening in Captain America. Like the cuts every 0.5 seconds, no spatial awareness, in the dark.
Right.
Yucky. It was so hard to follow. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah.
It was just really. I need to rewatch the fight scenes again to specifically point out, because I'm not good at like choreography and all that stuff. So I need to pinpoint what irks me personally. But it felt weird for me for the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, like going from like seeing him fight somewhat up close to then cutting to the pillars and just right above them.
Yeah.
In the first sequence.
Yeah.
I think it was just like close to him and then what? Like top camera from the pillars. It's just such a sudden camera change, which can work 100%, but it just didn't feel well executed in this film.
Yeah. Also, going back to the politics thing, I forgot. I don't know if I said this, but I thought I there was an interesting observation
Mhm.
that I made. Is
What
that
did you mean?
Captain America?
Oh yeah, you brought this up in a conversation, but not for this.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Captain America, is not well. Okay, the movie does a really weird thing interesting thing, I should say, where the U.S., the country, the government,
yeah.
those were the words that were used to describe the United States.
The government itself, yeah.
But America was separate from that. Was Captain America. It was Captain America, but never the United States of America. We're America.
Yeah.
We're Americans. You're Captain America. We're the U.S. country government, that sort of thing. And so what I'm getting at is there's the separation between America and the country. And that's an interesting thing, kind of tying back to the Captain America.
Like, is the people, right? Like to that.
And I honestly take it a step further and say not necessarily the people, but the embodiment of what this country is supposed to stand for.
Right. No, I agree. I think honestly, I think it's a good choice. I personally think it's a really good narrative choice. Like that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I didn't notice that. I have to watch it again at some point to check it out. But I think that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, because there's layers to that, and we said that it should have been explored just a little bit more. But the separation between what we should be doing versus what we're actually doing, where there's a lot of secrecy, there's a lot of I'm talking about the movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of secrecy. There's a lot of deception. There's a lot of crumminess, like how Isaiah was handled.
Right.
To kind of go back a little bit. He was experimented on. He was one of the first
super soldiers.
I think he was the first super soldier.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I think they stated in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So.
Yeah. And he was in captivity, experimented on, and given the super soldier serum so that they could give it to Steve Rogers and it'd work, right? But he obviously had like a lot of resentment, and then he was like under mind control through this movie, which was a weird thing that they did. But anyway,
honestly, looking back at it, I feel like just looking at that kind of feels dumb.
Yeah, it like there was a lot to explore with this that the show touched on and should have kind of elaborated or expanded on during this movie. Because you're talking about somebody who was like who was experimented on and then just kind of glossed over. He doesn't have much of a platform. He's just kind of there, and then goes right back to prison.
Right.
Because he was framed. He was mind controlled.
Well, yeah.
And like he tried. It looked like he tried to kill the president.
Yeah.
And then they pretty much figure out, oh yeah, this guy's innocent, and then still leave him in prison.
Yeah.
And then
at least one of the ladies does.
Captain America goes to Ross and goes, "Hey man, you know he's innocent.
Why aren't you letting him free?
And he goes, "Because I'm evil."
Oh, no
I missed the part. That's
That's
my
my
problem. Are there any? Oh yeah, this one. We saw 2 movies. Which one was your favorite?
Love hurts.
Love Hurts.
Love hurts.
Okay,
No hesitation.
that was an easy question.
Yeah.
Are there any final thoughts on either of these movies?
I like the violence. In
Like,
both
for
of these
both.
movies.
I like the violence.
Yeah, the flight stuff was pretty cool.
Like
I
I
can't lie.
felt it. Someone would get like sliced up. I'd be
Like
like,
it was
oh.
like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there
It
was,
was
a lot of
so much more brutal and
yeah.
which is that's meant to be,
Like
right?
to have a whole theater go ooh.
Yeah.
Just-
It's
Ah.
a rated R film, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. It wasn't gory, but it was very brutal. It was funny. I will say it was very. Also, no, the other realtor that died.
Oh,
was
yeah.
just trying to fucking help me out. Like, no!
Like we just met you and
I
now
know.
we're so sad.
It's like I thought he was gonna be a jerky guy, but he was like, oh
Yeah.
hey, he was like, hey Marvin. It was like, oh, he's just such a nice guy. And then
Yeah.
he just fucking got his brains blown out. It was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so sad when Cliff died too. Oh,
Oh.
the
Oh.
homie. Oh, also
Oh.
him like having his hat. Knuckles
Oh.
having his hat at the end. Like,
Oh my god.
that just hurt. And like seeing Marvin pick it up and just put it on the.
Just clean
I
it.
forgot. Yeah, he clean it and just
Yeah,
put it on
just
the
put it on.
on
Yeah.
the stand. Oh. Oh.
That was so
Yeah.
beautiful, so beautiful.
It was so
But
good.
Love Hurts is.
That was a really fun film.
Yeah. Go see that one. Don't
Yeah.
waste your time with Captain America.
Honestly, well, like, yeah. Again, I'm not gonna touch up on the fact that it doesn't take itself seriously, but when it does, it handles it really well.
Forgets and
Very
chills. Go
Forgets and
see
chills.
Captain
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have nothing else to do,
Yeah.
Go
if you want to see Harrison
Ford,
Ford kill
go.
it, absolutely. Watch only Harrison Ford.
Just fall asleep on everything else.
Yeah, to make a long story short, too late. Indian Short Round in 2 different movies. It was beautiful, and they did great jobs at doing
What they do.
the acting. Yes.
Right. 100%. They did good. They
Yeah.
did very good.
Well, fellas,
That'll do, pig.
yeah. Thank you for joining me on this journey.
You're so not welcome.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I want to sleep.
You woke me up from my nap for this.
You so did.
Yeah. All right, but seriously, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for watching.
Woo.
And let us know if you want us to talk about anything like other movies, other franchises.
They
We
want
can.
us to talk about the penis.
Pasta.
Yeah,
Oh,
we love
God.
talking about penis.
Yeah.
We love doing other things with penis too.
Whoa.
All right.
And
You know where that's going.
I'm being quoted. Okay.
Yeah. Let us know what you want down in the
Yeah.
comments. Whatever you're thinking of.
Yeah. 2024 was a big year for us. We did a short film. And we did other short films. And 2025 is going to be even bigger.
Right.
So I'm really happy that this was pretty much our first completed project.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
watched the
We-
whole first movie of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We,
Yes, we have to.
we have to do here.
Oh my gosh, we saw so many movies over the last 3 years.
Yeah, there are
Okay?
so much things we have to catch up on.
So we're gonna talk about Here, because Here was a deeply beautiful movie.
Speaking of films that we need to do casts on,
Castaway.
we
Escape from Tomorrow.
Yep, Escape from
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Escape from
Jesus.
Tomorrow. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh god,
Mousetrap.
the Pooverse. Oh,
The whole Pooverse. Oh yeah.
when that
and
comes out.
Also, FNAF.
Nah.
Spider-Man: No Way Home.
But also this is 2025, and this would actually be the, I believe, 40th anniversary of Back to the Future.
Oh,
And that's something that we're going to talk about.
oh yeah, we're definitely gonna give you some nice juicy details
Yeah.
of stuff we've done on Back
And-
to the Future.
Oh yeah. So we're probably
Oh.
going to have to cut all this out because these are like secret projects that we're
Yeah.
working on. But yes. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for talking.
No problem, no problem.
And I'll see you guys in the next one. I bid thee good day.
All right. Bye bye.
Oh, I need to fart.
Oh. In the bathroom. Sure.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that really was, wasn't it?